Hey everybody, I just got back from a really great week in Nashville for CRS 2020. Got a chance to meet up with some artist friends that I haven't seen in a while, some new ones that I haven't met before. It was great to run into a lot of people. Got a chance to play some really great shows, got a chance to do some interviews with some radio stations and some different magazines and shows and things like that. So super appreciative, had a great time. But I already knew going in that the most important thing I was going to do in Nashville was going to be meeting with some of the kids from the Children's Miracle Network. Four amazing kids. 17-year-old Jessica, brain cancer. 13-year-old Kale, brain cancer. 11-year-old Megan, bleeding on the brain. 10-year-old Andrew, cleft palate. All of them were just so positive, so incredible, you would not even know that they were sick looking at them. They didn't act sick, they didn't look sick, and they were so positive. They didn't come across that they were in any kind of pain. They were so excited that artists like me were there. Certainly more famous artists than me, of course. But before I went there, I sent a message to the Children's Miracle Network. I wanted to find out more about the kids that I was going to meet. So I already had an idea of who I was going to meet. So I was able to call them by name. As soon as I saw them, I knew who each one of them were. Megan, Jessica, Kale, and Andrew. And I made signs. If you guys saw before, I had a video a week or two ago that I made some signs for all of them. And here's a little bit of it down below, my signs. So each one of them, of course, had a different story. 17-year-old Jessica, she wants to be a broadcast journalist and do podcasts. Megan wants to be a dancer. Kale, who in the photos, I'm wearing this Band-Aid with his name on it. Kale wants to be a basketball player. And Andrew wants to be a soccer player. So let me start with Andrew. Andrew has cleft palate. So most of you don't know, y'all just think I have the guy with the little nose. I was born with no cartilage in my nose. So I had a really nice chat about Andrew, about being different, looking different, and not letting affect who you are or what you kind of look like affect anything else around you. So this is what makes us all different. Some people have different color eyes. Some people have different color shapes of noses and ears and all these other things. You know what? Me and Andrew, we just have a little bit different nose, but that's what makes us special and different. And he appreciated that somebody came out there and mentioned something in a way that he can kind of understand it. Jessica, who wants to be a broadcast journalist, she's going to be 18 years old. We've reached out to some people at Behringer and Rowe to see if we can't get her sent an introductory podcast setup. And she doesn't know it yet, obviously, but we're going to surprise her and hopefully we'll kickstart her on her little podcast career if that's what she wants to do. And I suggested that, why don't you start interviewing some of these other patient friends of yours and give them an opportunity to tell their stories through you. And so I hope she takes that. So Megan wants to be a dancer. So when I got home, I reached out to Jennifer Lopez's people, and hopefully she'll get back to us about the cause, that Megan wants to be a dancer. So we're going to see if we can get J-Lo involved with maybe just sending her some words of encouragement, maybe some advice from the standpoint of a young girl who wants to be a dancer, and maybe get a chance to, get an autograph or something from one of her idols, in Jennifer Lopez. So we're going to do these things not because we want to, but just because we think it would be great for them, and hopefully they would get a smile out of some of these things. It's somebody that they don't even know is going to do these things for them. So they don't know we're doing this. After I learned about them, I just thought it would be kind of fun to do something special for some of these kids. Andrew wants to be a soccer player. So my buddy Chris Austin knows some folks at some of the big time soccer teams, so he's going to help me reach out, and we're going to see if we can't get him maybe soccer ball in a jersey with his name on it. See if we can get some autographs for him and kind of give him a little bit of soccer love from out here. And so Megan, she wanted to dance. Well, she wants to dance, so I said, let's go dance. She was a little shy, so instead the whole group, take a look here, the whole group we went over there and we took a little cool little video together of all of us dancing. And it was such a great moment. Everybody was just free, and we didn't care how silly we looked. It was just a fun time. And Kale is 13 years old. You can see that by the photo here and the one down below. Kid's got some cool hair now, so proud of him. Taught him how to play his guitar a little bit. He brought his little electric guitar, taught him how to play it. We signed it for him, and he wants to play basketball. So I'm reaching out to the Lakers and the Clippers and see if we can't get him maybe a jersey with his name on it, and maybe a basketball or some photos that are signed by the team or by the organization or something. So this is something that nothing would make me happier than to see these kids smile, knowing that, you know, I've got healthy kids. I can't imagine what it would be like for them or their families, their parents, and everybody going through this very tough time for them. But man, they were so positive. They all signed their little cards for me. I signed them some photos, and I just thought it would be awesome if they would sign some stuff for me. And I had them sign this little Kale right there. So I had them sign my shirt, and man, there was barely a dry eye in there. I mean, these kids just touched me in a way that I can't even explain. They were just so positive, and they loved the fact that somebody came in and spent a little time with them. So just wanted to share a little bit about that. And I don't put this video up there to say, hey, look what we did. It's really about, look, there are a lot of kids in need, and there's a lot of things that you can do out there. Most of it is just spend some time with them. You know, go to a children's hospital, find out who it is, go in and spend some time with them, listen to them, see if there's something that you can tell them from a story, give them some advice about music if you're a musician. No matter what it is you're in, you never know what these kids, want to be doing. But if they see somebody who has a passion about what they do, like I do about music, look, I'm certainly not famous to these kids, but I left an impression on them because I took time to listen to them, and I gave them feedback about, their careers, and I gave them feedback about music, and I gave them, about Andrew and my nose, and Jessica about her podcasting, and I danced with Jessica, and with Kale, I showed him how to play his guitar. So all 4 kids I had a little bond with in their own little way, and that did more for me than you could possibly imagine. And man, I'm just so proud of those kids. They're so strong, they're so courageous, they're so positive. And of course, we're going to stay in touch with them. But I'm also going to be going to some other Children's Miracle Network hospitals and different places to meet with other kids. And I'm so excited to be able to do that and sit with some of these kids and listen to them and listen to their stories. And, I'm going to gain just a lot of human interaction from kids that really just want to spend time. Time to you and I are way different than people that have cancer or that are dealing with problems. Their time is probably more limited than yours and ours. So if I can give them 5 minutes of my time, it means everything to them, because time is so precious to them. So do something for some of these kids, whether it's St. Jude, whether it's Children's Miracle Network, whether it's Ronald McDonald House, any of these things, any of the cancer places. Go visit with some of the kids, hug your kids, appreciate the fact that you have healthy kids, appreciate the fact that you have, a much easier time than some of these other kids. So when your kid's crying, or he's being a pain in the butt, or she's being a pain in the butt, you know what? The alternative is way different. So hug and love your kids no matter what. So just wanted to share a little bit. Thank y'all.